To make your clay leaf garland, you'll need Model Magic clay, and I'm using white, but you can of course use colored clay also, and then that way you don't have to paint them. And then I just went outside and gathered 3 different kinds of leaves. You'll need a rolling pin, or you can also use a marker. And you'll need some sort of clay tools. So butter knife, something pointy like a skewer, and these, I think I got these pink ones in some clay kit. You'll need some scissors, twine, acrylic paint, that's if you're using white clay, paper towel, a paper plate for your paint, cup of water and a brush, and then parchment paper for your work surface. So here's some of the ones that I've already made that are dry that we'll paint later. There's one painted. So what you'll need to do is you'll grab a piece of clay and you'll just roll it out, and then you're going to lay the leaf on top of it, and you're going to roll out your clay about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch thick. And from here you'll just cut out your leaf shape. You'll want the side of the leaf that has texture facing the clay so it gives those imprints on the clay. So once you've gone all the way around the leaf, go ahead and remove that, and then you can see those imprints from your leaf. And then we'll just clean up the edges. So we're just going to bump in those rough edges, trying not to touch the top so that the imprints don't smooth out. So just gently get those edges nice and smooth. The best thing I found is this pen cap, and I just twist it in there and it pulls out the perfect amount of clay for a hole. You could try just using a pointy end of a pencil or a skewer or something like that to create your hole on the top. And of course you can make as many leaves as you want and then get as many varieties as you want from outside. So here I'm using this marker. It's nice and smooth all the way down, so there's no ridges in it. So you can also use that as a rolling pin. We'll try a different leaf this time. You just want to roll it enough to where that leaf is really imprinted in there. And then this time I'm just using a butter knife, so whatever you've got on hand. And I'm just going to cut it out just like I did the other one. So I've got some that I've already made here. This one's painted, and I want to show you this one. This was just one that I made without a leaf. So if you don't have leaves that you want, you can just shape it into that shape, add some little lines to make it look like a leaf, and you can do it that way too. So these ones are already dry, so I'm going to get my paint ready. So you can do your painting, you can do it thick to where it covers everything, or you can paint a layer and then wipe it off. And some of that thicker paint will go into the lines and then it'll give you a different effect. So it just depends on what you're going for. And make sure to paint the back so that it looks finished on both sides. And this one I'm going to wipe off a little bit like I was saying. And if you notice, it kind of gives it some depth and different colors, how that paint settles into the lines as I rubbed it off. I went ahead and cleaned my brush and we're going to try a different color. All right, now I want to show you how to string it up. So what I like to do is get a small piece of twine and I'm just going to feed it through that hole and make a little loop and tie a knot in it. And the reason I like to do this is so that I can add or take away, or I can change the order up, or I can use them as little ornaments on a thankful tree I use for Thanksgiving, or I can string them on a piece of twine and make it for garland. So this way it just gives you a little more flexibility. So all I'm doing is making a loop and then double knotting it and then trimming the edges. Now I'm just going to string them onto a piece of twine and I'll show you what they look like together. You could use ribbon, you could use any sort of string you have. And there they are, strung up.